What was your initial reaction when you heard that there would be a companion piece to The Walking Dead? In other words, were you a fan of the show?
I hadn't watched the show when I first heard about the job. When I looked at the pilot, I was surprised, honestly, at how amazing it was, because it's not usually a genre that I was initially attracted to or really even aware of, I guess. I just heard, word of how successful The Walking Dead was, but when I read the pilot, it was clear that it was so much more about the dynamics between family and also how characters will change in this kind of world and what they're willing to do, which I found so intriguing and exciting to portray. But then when I did find out about the gig, I watched The Walking Dead and binge watched about 4 seasons in 2 weeks. So I definitely became a bit of a fan after that.
So how did you exactly get involved into Fear the Walking Dead? What's the story behind it?
Well, I heard about it from my representatives and they sent me an audition. I actually was previously working on a pilot for AMC a little bit before that, and it didn't work out. And so when I heard about this, I was like, oh, maybe I can go in and I went into the audition and I knew quite a few of the faces, and I think if anything else, it just kind of relaxed me a little bit. Suddenly they weren't blank faces, they were, people that I'd just seen before, not that I had much interaction with them, but it became less about the uncomfortable quality of an audition room or being put on the spot, and it became so much more just about the content and having fun and enjoying the audition. So I think that really helped, essentially. But yeah, then I went for the audition, and then you go through the typical procedure of then, a callback and then chemistry reads and then a test, and it's very long, drawn out and nerve-wracking experience, but I'm just glad it all kind of worked out. Really.
Yeah, me too. And the second half of the second season is on its way, and I'm sure you cannot really reveal anything about it, but maybe at least you can make some promises. I mean, what we are going to see.
Yeah, I mean, for Alicia specifically, we get to see her really take control of herself for a change. She becomes much more of an individual in the second half. She's making more of her own choices and decisions as a leader and not just as, part of the family. And that's really great to see, and I think hopefully audiences will be excited to see her emerge from being kind of the teenager in the first season, then to making mistakes in the first half with the radio and clinging on to past ideals, and then finally in the second half coming more into her own and really seeing her adapt to this world, which I think is really exciting.
And you're in Mexico right now, so how does that change the dynamics, I mean, storytelling-wise?
Yeah, I mean, I think it changes our storytelling quite a lot. It informs very different themes than we've explored before. I think there's a lot more exploration with superstition and kind of cultural traditions and religion that we're exploring, and also, of course, it's very visually different. It's sun-drenched and we're surrounded by the ocean, and all those qualities make it quite a different experience for us.
And the very last question: if you ever met Rick Grimes and the gang, what would you say to them?
Protect me? I don't know. I'd be scared of them, I think. I mean, as my character, I think that is a very intimidating group to come across. They've very well adapted for this new world, and I think our characters are only just seeing the beginnings of it. Yeah.